Trainees don't know about carpooling, boy. The amount of one person's either seen in vehicles coming down the road on a morning, heading back home in the afternoon, is really ridiculous.
I don't know. I can only try, but I don't know. Or to play.
Metro Boomin want some more.
Word on the street is that Iceland is green and Greenland is ice. I can believe that, because some stuff is what it is. Some stuff you call what it is.
My forte, going hard, so leasing, I fuck up the bars.
Word. Welcome, people, to another episode of Word on the Street, the trendingest podcast in Trinidad and Tobago, in the region, soon to be the world. Right? We're speaking it into existence. It's your boy Tawah, aka Word, and as you can see, it's just me alone tonight. Randall, well, he didn't win the lotto. We thought he had won the lotto because he went missing. But and it's only one person had won the lotto, but it's not his device broke and he has no means of logging in. So this is one of the reasons why we need the sponsors to come on board. So people, if you are a entrepreneur, a business owner, feel free to hit us up. Hit us a little email at wordonthestreet.tt@gmail.com and partner with us, so we could spruce up the podcast, probably, release a little set, get some cameras, so if Randall phone break again, he had no excuse to be here, you can't always miss him, right? So we have segment sponsorship options. It could sponsor a segment, and we have some popping segments. It could sponsor the whole episode if you so desire. It have little brand pop-ups, product placement, and many more options. So it has that email at wordonthestreet.tt@gmail.com and let me work out something. Yeah. Visa. He's still on probation, but here. I know when you work, when you start a job, you don't miss days and things. But now big up Visa, same way you have a performance tonight with the his new song that we featured on the new segment, tuned by Mark Safe. You have a little small performance tonight. Well, when I say small, I mean like the performance small, but Chinese, we just use little adjectives to describe things. So you have a performance tonight, so big up Visa, same way. Hope he did well, does well in his performance and all future performances, and don't forget to go and check out that on YouTube, Vizaface, Mark Safe, like it up, share it up, request it on all the radio, on all your urban radio stations, and let we run up the numbers. Yeah, make it a household number. So, house cleaning time. Don't forget, if this is your first episode, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me today, however, whenever you're viewing this. But don't make it be the last. So to ensure that you are notified when all future episodes drop, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications, right? And people, for our new and returning viewers, keep hitting that like button on the YouTube, so that when, and on the Spotify, so that when what will go on the algorithms, the cookies, when you like it, people who like similar things to you, the software would recommend Word on the Street to those people. Right, so don't forget to hit that like button. Hit us up in the comments and share your views. Let us know how you feel about the show. If you like it, if you don't like, if you're not, you don't like the show. I know everybody loves the show. If you disagree with that point, your opinion, we value your opinion. So hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. If you have any recommendations for the Tune Boy, the new segment, or for the spoiler alert, feel free to share those recommendations with us in the comment section, right? And don't forget also, as I mentioned, Spotify, we have audio only versions of the podcast on Spotify and other major podcasting platforms, right? So you can check us out everywhere and anywhere. And also don't forget to hit us a like and a follow on Instagram and TikTok for different type of content, you know, all get to put a smile in your face while keeping you informed. Nice. So the room clear, the house clean. I know it's like Christmas cleaning, just clean out the whole house. We get that generally. So we can get into the podcast, get into the hot topics now. So in this week's hot topic, we must say R.I.P. to the legendary Clyde the Outlaw. He lost his life in a tragic road accident down on the new Point Fortin Highway, and that sparked a lot of conversation during the last week or so, where people were talking about the lack of lighting and the lack of signage heading into the area, because I believe where the accident happened there's a roundabout there, and that is my biggest issue, or I kind of peeved by the whole situation, and that why would you put a roundabout in the middle at the end of or any part of a highway? You know, I find that kind of strange, because highways, freeways are normally, you know, the place where people will be doing some numbers. Even the speed limit is not that slow. So if you're doing the speed limit, I mean, not to say that you have to drive at the speed limit, but if you're doing the speed limit, or even like say like 80 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and you come into a roundabout suddenly, especially now, I haven't been to Point Fortin in a while, and I haven't seen the extension, so I can't. This is just, you know, speculation off the top of my head. I just find that a weird place to put a roundabout now, boy. And I did have conflicting reports. So some people saying no lighting and no signage. Some people saying yes, it have. I just find personally there shouldn't be a roundabout at the end in the middle of a highway. You have, you know, a highway, and there's exits, you know, exits leading to like overpasses and so on, or undercarriages and so on. I just find that make a little more sense, and people more accustomed to that now. I say, wouldn't be expecting, or especially if it's the first time somebody heading in a direction, they may not know to expect a roundabout in that location. So, like I said before, R.I.P. to the legendary Clyde the Outlaw, one of the biggest and best DJs to come out of Trinidad and Tobago. I haven't met him personally, but you know the name growing up, in, you know, as a fan of music, as a fan of the DJ culture, the, you know, urban radio stations, you would be familiar with him. And the persons that would have known him, there's only glowing comments that came out whole week. So R.I.P. to him, and condolences to his friends and family and co-workers at Ojo. Another big story this week. Six police officers charged with the 2011, I believe, shooting deaths of 3 friends, 2 females and 1 male, in a car down Moruga side. They were freed of all charges in the last week or so. And that sparked some outrage, not as much outrage as I thought it would have. Yeah, I mean, at the time I believe it would have happened, and when most police involved shootings happen, there are you know, like roadblocks and people in the areas, in the different areas, you know, come out and protest. I thought there would have been some kind of backlash, you know, from the Moruga and the friends and family of the people, but not to the extent that I thought there would have been, and because for me now, I mean, the law is the law, and sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you, depending on how the evidence is, collected and presented, and the skill of the lawyers. But I just find this story, especially the story, like, the story will come up every time the case thing, Paul. And in the report, they say that the police stopped the vehicle, and they stopped the vehicle of the occupants who were going to buy barbecue. So the man and the two ladies were going to buy barbecue. And when the police stopped the vehicle, one of the occupants of the vehicle shot at the police. I just find that kind of weird. Like, one, why are you going to buy barbecue with a gun? And two, I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm just saying it just sounding, little iffy. And two, even if, let me just say the man, let's assume the man is the supposed gunman or criminal. Why would he, in the company of two females who cannot help him in his perceived defense, like I say, this is a hypothetical situation I just drawing up here, why would he attempt to engage the police, a jeep load of police, or multiple jeep loads of police in a gunfight? That would never end well for them. So I just find that when I hear that, like, when I was reminded that, I'm like, yo, that ain't making sense, yo. And I could be wrong. Only correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. One of these police officers turned state witness, so his evidence was not good enough to swing the case in the next direction. So I don't know. I know the nation wasn't really pleased about that verdict, but that's the ruling of the court, and we had to live with it. Unless any appeal. Well, I guess I don't know if the family could appeal again, but or could do anything, because I think the appeal is when you are the defendant, and the verdict can go your way. So I don't know what course of action the families could take, but I guess they had to live with it for now. I'm not a lawyer, and so if anybody knows better, they could share the insight with us, or share the insight with me. Also happening this week, we have some tensions brewing in our next door neighbors in the South American continent. Yeah, Guyana and Venezuela have some kind of border conflict. Now, and the reason why I bring it up, I know this is not local, but it would and could and would affect us if anything is to happen. Because in the reports, they say that it's getting so serious that the different sides have placed military personnel close to the border area, right? Or the specific area they have the contention with, which would mean that military action kind of imminent. So I just find our government and our people on the whole kind of mom on the situation, but that would affect us in many ways, because they're right there if anything is to break out. One, both countries have a lot of immigrants, legal and illegal, coming over here from time to time. And two, any kind of war in the region would affect the entire region in a financial way, in supplies and food supplies and things, as with any other wars. And also Guyana, let me be real. Let me just Be real for a minute. Like, let's think about it in our research, right? Get that some years ago Guyana discovered oil, a large amount of oil. And anywhere there's oil, the big bad USA gets involved somewhere or the other. And also, some years ago, the US, although not for the reasons I think were the reasons, they got involved in the Guyana, the Venezuelan political, issues and battles, choosing sides and accusing, the government of certain, corrupt practices to reach in office and stay in office. So they'd already shown a bias to the Venezuelan government, and as I say, Guyana also is almost certain, if anything, any war breaks out, America would get involved. And like that's how I watch it. When it comes to war and oil and money and things, I watch the bigger picture. If America get involved on Guyana side, Venezuela and Iran is friends. Iran is going to get involved. Iran and Russia is friends. They had sent some warships when America was threatening Venezuela some years ago. So, people we need to pay attention to these things, because it would and could affect us in various ways. Yeah? So that we just do study, all the things to laugh and all the bacchanal and all the carnival and Christmas cleaning and all them kind of things. Let me watch all these things and keep abreast of the developments. Right. So a topic that is beyond Trini's lips plenty. We talk about it every week, almost every week. And it affects most of us, if not all of us. Mostly all of the working population and the student population, it affects us. And that is traffic on the nation's roads. And my question to you is, and I really want to hear your answers to this question. What, in your opinion, causes the traffic? I have my own views and I'm going to share it with you all. And I have some solutions, although I don't think anyone would listen. Well, anyone who could infect the change necessary would listen. So yeah, let me know where's all the views, like what all the think, where's all the views on the traffic. I know everybody's be frustrated, but what do you think is cause it? What do you think could help it? And things of that nature. So firstly, and next question I have, this is a kind of rhetorical question. If you had the answer, you could answer it as well, but it's a kind of rhetorical question I'll be asking myself. It have no jobs in South. Why all these people from South Central too, but my God, real South people is coming down and driving to boy. And I kind of know the answer to it, but let me get some jobs in South for the South people now. Let them stay down there. So it's like I got less cars coming up the road. And the Uriah Butler Highway have no traffic lights, but that has been the worst traffic. Oh. So to answer my own question, I think part of that reason is into the South. I mean, for different parts of the country as well, but like I say, I find South is the worst. South Central traffic is the worst. Like, almost anything I had to do, boy, any major business had to come in town. And I find that ridiculous. Yes, that Port of Spain is the capital, but I don't mean they're coming down for everything. We could have sub-offices. San Fernando is also a city. We have major boroughs. We can have offices in these places that, even if it's not the main hub for the service, like you could, let's say for instance, a board paper or a death certificate or something like that. I don't think you have to come in Port of Spain to do that business, especially if you live in deep south. Even if it's generating from there, and let me say a point 14 sub office and then make you apply for there, and the office say, well, it might take 3 to 5 business days, and you will come back to collect it there. I think people will wait a week for some things, not everything. I know some things might be a little urgent, but for some things, people will wait that week just not to come in town and face that traffic. Then you have to face the problems again at park and all this kind of thing close to where the building is, because it have parking in some areas, but if you park, let's say park in the parkade and your business is uptown, yeah, that area walking you to do. So I think that's one of the reasons why plenty of people is coming down, because like I say, and I for the workers as well, because there's no sub offices, everybody they come in town. If you're working in a ministry, they come in the ministry office in town. The next thing for South Central, and I know this might be a difficult thing for the government to do, because when they was trying to expand the highway ending up east, plenty of people start to squat and then call in big money for the land, and they didn't want to move and all kind of thing. So that might be an issue, but there are too much narrow points heading to South Central, especially before you hit Shogunas. Even after Shogunas as well, but Granville's a bottleneck. Right after Granville, like Caroni Day. Monroe Road, bottleneck. Right before Shogunas, bottleneck. So, when you're going from 3 and 4 lanes, then going into 2, then coming back out to 3, that has caused plenty of unnecessary traffic, morning and evening. And, especially with them people, them inconsiderate drivers, mostly the taxi drivers, who want to squeeze in, and then somebody want to let them pass because I waited in the line so long, I ain't going to squeeze, and they just end up being a whole scene. Yeah. I find the east a little better when you go up in the east and even it's a traffic here, but it just be flowing a little bit better. Probably up until same bottleneck right before Tunapuna Day. After UE before Tunapuna Day, a bottleneck. Other than that, in my recent, journeys up in the east in the afternoon period, I find the east to be flowing. It have traffic morning as well. It have traffic, but it will be flowing. South Central have some good standstill, some stoppages, some 5 kilometers an hour rolling kind of thing. So that is some of the reasons for, and then the block up some of the exits like Shogunas. I think it was since Jack Warner was Minister of Works and Transport, he blocked up the exits from the overpasses so that people will go into Shogunas to shop, which are not making sense. If I go into Shogunas to shop, I will go anyway, right? So forcing me to go into the traffic in the way I never find that make any sense. And then now, like on the stretch by Price Plaza Day, it have different malls and things opening up there, but to get in there is like one way most times. So I find that causing some traffic as well when you reach Shogunas side. Well, another thing that I see in the morning and afternoon, and I follow them on the street as well. And I think the next thing, I don't know if Trinities could buy into this culture. Trinities don't know about carpooling, boy. The amount of one person's either seen in vehicles coming down the road on a morning, heading back home in the afternoon, is really ridiculous. If in your office you could start a carpool, that will help with the traffic. That will help with your drive every day, and your company in the car, so you might feel less tired, you might feel less sleepy, you have a little enjoyment going and coming to work. So that's just a suggestion. And then in the States and thing, it's a carpool lane, so it might be a little faster in the carpool lane. But yeah, we don't know about carpooling culture, but the amount of one people is being car coming on the road, that is be so ridiculous. Another thing that's very important, and this is on the state, the public transport system. But now, it have many times now South Central, and I'm kind of focusing on South Central, but that is more main traverse. There's no bus route on that. There's no bus route to everything going on the highway, right? Well, not everything, but 75% of the traffic going on the highway. Might have the whole southern main road, but that's another story. But bus, truck, everything passing on the same thing, on the same road. And the public transport system. Now, I never was alive to see the railroad system in Trinidad and Tobago, but all major countries in the world have a train system of the sort, underground, above ground. But speaking to what we have in terms of the buses, if we could get a more organized and frequent bus system, I think that will help, boy. Because me personally, let me know if I know Trini's back and with the carpooling thing too. Trini just like to have the own thing. So you win carpool, yeah, it might help you to save gas, it might help you to save on driving, and you could rest. When it's your time not to drive, you could rest a little bit thing. But Trini just like to have the own thing, and no way. When I had the right time for me to go, I could press. I had to wait on nobody, I had other thing on. But most of the times, if most of the times you have nothing to do, just work and back home. Some people might have to pick up the kids, but what I'm saying, like, you had I talking about the one people in the car are speaking to, not the people who had to pick up children and other thing. And family members and things. You're just going from home to work and back. So you just want to know it is my car and I can press what I want. Or it's not my car and I don't have to wait for nobody because this person taking too long. I had to wait on them because, And similarly with the bus, people just want to drive. But for me, if it's just to go to work and come back home, and there is a reliable and timely bus system, like it's like buses moving every 15 minutes at a bus stop, and from Citygate and other hubs, I will take a bus. Because like I say, it's not a bus route ending from South Central, so it's not the same as in the East-West corridor where it's the bus route and you could just go on the bus route and take a big maxi and you get a maxi at almost any time once you're on the bus route. The South Central is not the same way. So I think if we get a more efficient public transport system, that might lessen the amount of cars on the road. Because if people don't have to drive every day, I don't think they would. If they know they could rely on safe, efficient transport, and not them bus where always shutting on the highway, where all you're buying some Xinjiang bus because you get it cheap to buy, but then it have no parts, they can't maintain it. It gotta be a reliable system in terms of the time efficiency and the maintenance and the upkeep and things and so. Also on the roads as well, that's how much people who buy the license, it would seem. Because until changed our regulation states, keep left unless overtaken. But people driving fast in what we call the slow lane, and in the fast lane or the overtaken lane, people driving slow. So wherever you is, you do what you want. And that and all this cause some traffic and confusion because people zigzagging and so just better road practices as well. That is so many things. I think if people implement them and the state enhance the public transport system, that will help with the traffic. But that traffic is be real frustrating us. It is, I had to reach for 8 o'clock and I had to be up by 4 to get out of the house by 5 just to still be in traffic. Not even to not be in traffic, just to be in less traffic than if I leave later than 5. That'd be ridiculous, boy. And then it's the same thing going back So I get up 4 o'clock in the morning and then reaching home 7 o'clock in the night. When I leave work for, that is my thing, boy. And that is with no accident, one accident. You know, that I find that really ridiculous. And if that the kind of hours your workers putting in, that would affect their, you know, their performance in work, their, you know, it's not the encouragement, like the motivation when they come to work. You know, they won't be sluggish, they won't be tired, they won't be depressed when they start to work because, you know, they're tired and they're mentally and physically drained. So also thinking about, I said that I don't think, well, not think about it, I gotta invent the idea, but it now come to me as I'm speaking here. We have a culture here that you have to see people to know the working. And I hear plenty of people, most of them sounding a little elderly, that against you know, work from home. But there are some jobs that people literally do not need to be in office, and for businessmen, that will help you to save money. You don't rent a whole building to house your staff when you could rent a smaller building. They could buy a smaller building, and most of your staff working from home, you know, in their own comfort at home, and you have ways to track them digitally, and they have, you know, deadlines and targets to meet that would measure their output and performance. You gotta see somebody with, because that don't mean nothing, because plenty public servants just be physically there, and not public servants are not the same, because, you know, most of the working population, you know, is work for the state. Plenty public servants just be there, or plenty workers, I should say, must have plain public servants. Plenty they'll be there and not doing anything, and you can't tell the difference. Or they'll just drag the foot, they might be doing things. When I say they're not doing anything, their efficiency very low. So, and that's because of the whole culture and the whole motivation to work now, boy. Like I say, your work day as a worker, as an employee, is like 12 hours, and you're only getting paid for 8. And you're not appreciated. So, like I say, you get up 4 to reach work for 8. You reach 5 past 8, and a supervisor will come down on you. After you don't sit down in traffic for 2.5 hours. You look that person, them looking to get cussed out. You know? So all these things I think could enhance with the overall production of the country. And you know, everything will just be more efficient. So all share all your views on that, all let me know what you think. If there are any suggestions on what could be done to make things better, and throw it in the comments. So in this week's spoiler, I have nothing new, but I must say, big up Vizaface in here, or big up Visa, his recommendation. Yeah, boy. So if all in start to watch the Mayor of Kingston, go check it out. By the Hawkeye, I forget his name or something. Let me know bottle my name. But yeah, Mayor of Kingston. I like in that series, but you really said it's a binging series. But the only thing I don't like it. It's kind of long though. So make up your mind. You know, like probably like if you're doing something, you know, that might take some time. You're ironing, you're cooking, you're washing somewhere or some kind of thing. You could put it on because it's like about 50 minutes long as an episode. But you know, the series bad. So I watching that, almost finished, like a little past half of season 1. There's 2 seasons. So yeah, I need to finish that before I start anything. I kinda hook on that. So let's check out that. Mayor of Kingston and big up Vizaface. And don't forget, if you all have any recommendations that all you wanna for us to mention, feel free to let us know while you're watching. And also, if you always check out the recommendations that we give. Let us know what you think. If you think it noteworthy, if you think it was mess, you know, let us know in the comments as well. So in this week's edition of the brand new segment Tune Boy, like I said last week, we flirted with the name. So if all you feel any name, let us know. If you're not feeling name, if you have a better name, let us know in the comments. But like I said, just to get an explanation for those who didn't hear it last week, we would be featuring a song that is already in the mainstream circuit, but ain't get any love that we think it deserves, or a tune that billing coming up or popping on the underground that we think need to be in the mainstream. How we play that, and the concept of the tune, the name. When you hear a song that you really like, or you hear it for the first time and you instantly fall in love with it, everybody have a little saying, a little slang, a little, adjective they might use to describe that song. And one that plenty tune is this thing, and you hear a big song, you're like, hey boy, tune boy. So that is what we're going with. So in this week's episode, or this week's edition of Tune Boy, we will be featuring DNA by Michael Teja. Right? So let me get into it, and then I'll share my comments after a little verse and chorus. So here we go, Michael Teja, DNA.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friend and them. No place like home. 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 I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friend and them. No place like home. 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 Now is the time for it to jam on somebody. Hand up in the air. Madness everywhere. It's in with DNA. To get on bad when we on the roadway. We like we own way. Tell them freedom in with DNA.
I feel like a gem. Hey, boy. Dog, I love that. So love that song, boy. That song so sweet, boy. Tell me that song is sweet now. Anybody tell me that song is sweet like coffee in your face. That song is, boy, that song sweet for days. Tune boy, Mikhail boy. I think, now this song playing on radio and thing, don't get me wrong, but I find people sleeping on this song, boy. People is sleeping on this song. And people is sleeping on Michael Teja. In the sense that, yeah, people find it nice and you have some good tunes, but people didn't understand. This fella is, boy, he's a genius, boy. He's a musical asuka genius. And probably because he's not a kind of, I don't know him personally, but I just say, from what I might see from a distance, he's not a kind of frontish fella, a louder fella. People didn't, they ain't thinking, they ain't putting him on certain levels of other people now, boy. But all they do sleep on Michael. Brilliant writer, brilliant singer. Right? So, Michael Teja, big up yourself anyway, Stan. This is my song for 2024. Until further notice, DNA boy, I catch myself singing this song. I don't even know the lyrics, I just know the melody. I know it's part of the song, I don't remember wrong, but I know, and that is when you know a song is a big song. It's when you're singing a song, where you don't know the words to the song, and you just stick in the head, the melody just stick in the head. Yeah, boy, tune boy. And I reach out to him, we reach out to him sometime, via DM, we have a contact for him, but he have a response. If you have a link for Mikhail, or if you know him personally, let him know, word on the sheet, we like to pick his brain, to do a little interview with him, and we can get him on the show, yeah, that would be real nice. But yeah, Mikhail Teja going to be one of my favorite artists, because I mean, that's like Oli, and that's like not all, but everybody here, but that's like the people who are saying sleeping on him. I know the name and I wasn't thinking. I know he used to write for people and do the thing, but I find for like the last 3 years, everything he released, I love it. Without unconsciously to about when I hear that song, I love this song. But when I check myself, I say, but wait now, it's Michael just sing that song. So he growing to be one of my favorites, and this song is definitely a favorite. So when they go on YouTube, check it out, DNA by Michael Teja. I'll let him know in the comments. This song was recommended by Wood on the Street. And we're looking for an interview. So thank you people for joining us. I still say us because we are as a team, but this episode was me. So thank you for joining us here on Wood on the Street. If it's the first time, don't make it be the last. Don't forget, hit that like button now. Hit it now. Hit it now. Because like I say, when you like it, YouTube and Spotify will recommend it to people who like similar things to you. And that is the way we will spread the audience now, boy. Without paying for views. Now, I ain't knocking anybody for that, but, if you could grow organically, you're going to be a more realistic view of your growth now, boy. So, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed as yet. Turn on the bell notifications so that you will be notified when all future content on the page drops. And don't forget, we have audio-only versions of the podcast on Spotify and all major podcasting platforms. Hit us a follow on Instagram. Hit us a follow on TikTok, where you can find various different types of content, all geared to put a smile in your face while keeping you informed. Right? So, until next time, hopefully Visa will be back with us. Randall will be back with us. And you have the full team together. Until next time, keep your ears on the ground and we go get the word out. I feel like I take a jump again. I feel like I turn on
Ghost Gang Entertainment.